good win. I think that's a good football team that's in the locker room across the way. I said it before. I'll say it again. I got a ton of respect for Coach Farley. He gave me the opportunity to kind of get into FCS Division I football, and got a great relationship. I know DJ Vokalek, their associate head coach, linebacker coach, I GA'd for. Got a lot of connections to that program, and the fact that it's in my hometown. So it's always a fun one to get the win on, but that's a good football team, and for us to be able to win it the way we did, I'm excited about where our guys are. I think there's room to improve. They know that. We can shore some things up. We'll continue to get healthy as we move forward, but I'm excited to be 1-0 for the week. I'll open it up for questions.
What do you feel like your offense did better this week than they did a week ago?
Well, I think the protection piece was better. I thought our offensive line did a really good job with protection. I think we streamlined the pass game, took some concepts out of maybe. Maybe we tried to do too much too quick. And again, you learn those. Every quarterback's a little bit different. Every team's different. And so you're continually trying to figure out the heartbeat of your group. And I think we did a really better job of just simplifying it, making sure Quincy knew exactly where he wanted to go with it, if it was a full field or a half field concept. And I think that's where it started. I think that was the one thing, just again, not having seen film, that's the one thing I'll talk about that I think we did a good job.
Make a conscious effort to get Christian the ball a little more today?
I don't know if it was conscious. I think he was open on the post in quarters coverage. He got behind the safety. It was a great throw, great catch. That's what he's supposed to do. I mean, he does a really good job with it. I think he had some explosive plays. We need to get the ball in our playmakers' hands, and we have a number of them, and it gets tough sometimes trying to figure out how we're going to personnel everything, and our coaches do a really good job. We got a ton of personnel, so I think it'd be difficult to defend us.
What went so well in the passing game there, really?
I think protection, giving him some comfortable looks where they got into their structure. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, and I think then the confidence grew. The other thing that I'll say that I thought was impressive, Quincy took off a couple times when he didn't like what it looked like, and they were playing quarters coverage. Is a lot like man coverage, but just no pressure, and so he made them pay with that, and that's a positive option there. A lot of good things happen when he takes off with the football.
Difference the punt return make for you today?
Well, I think explosive play, getting the ball back down in the red zone, of course, shortening the field, and giving our offense an opportunity to start in the red zone, I think is always critical.
What did the referees explain to you on the targeting call and then taking it away?
I really didn't get I just got the message that I got is it wasn't targeting. And I totally agree. I don't think he was a defenseless player, but I saw ducking of the head, and I know that's in the rule. And so, it is what it is. Those guys are human too.
How do you explain those plays where Quincy's breaking up, tackle, sacks, all that?
6'3", 245 pounds. That's how I explain it.
What does that do for you, though? I mean, he had two guys hanging on him. He breaks out and breaks another tackle. And it's just
those are things you never count on as a coach. I mean, that's him against them, and he was better at that play than they were tackling. And that's something we continually talk about, is fundamentally being better than your opponent. And if that means if I'm a back or a quarterback and I'm in a running situation, I need to be better than their tackling fundamentals, my ability to break tackles. And that was just his ability and his athleticism that got him through that moment.
How big a deal is that to have a quarterback who can do that? I mean,
I think it's good. And like I said earlier, Mike, I think he's becoming comfortable that it's okay to do that too. And not that we're saying just take off on all of them, but if you don't like it, there's a lot fewer negative things that can happen when you scramble.
You guys do better on a guy like Weston, or do you just kind of have to tip your hat to a ball player?
Well, we knew the formation they were going to try to RPO. You saw in the second. I thought we had decent coverage on them, and then our corner fell. We just got to do a better job of 50-50 balls, and we probably got a little man concept happy at one time, and we didn't get enough, safety rotation over the top of him. I think you saw after the second touchdown, we almost exclusively played safety coverage, and I think that helped a little bit.
Move back to the defense. Do you have concerns with Braden?
Nope. This was just a temporary thing, and next man up. I'll be upset if Braden ain't at practice, and he knows that.
line just got constant pressure, even down, Spencer obviously out, Braden out, and just nonstop pressure on Dave. Explain that.
Development. I think Coach Buda, Coach Gazer, we have two of the best D-line coaches in the country. Not just one, but two. I think the fact that we have two coaches that coach those four tells you the importance that room has, or those two rooms have, in our program. You saw guys like LaShaka Rokes having a lot of plays. Both Mo starts. Tony Pierce, I think, physically manhandled the tackle at one point early in the game, and I think they had some substitution in situations where they got a different one. Our kids just next man up. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to continue to be. We got to coach everybody.
Red zone, Matt, a couple struggles in the
Yeah.
first half.
That was at halftime. That was the one thing I talked to our team about. We're just not consistent in the red zone. Field goals are great, but we were in there. What was it? 3 times early. Man, just how different the game could be if you're able to capitalize it. 2 out of the 3 with touchdowns, and we got to. That's why we're going to go to practice. I'm excited. I told this team, super excited about the win. But what I'm even more excited is I'm not sure where the ceiling is for the group. We beat a good football team today, and we're here talking about things we can get better at, and that's the challenge.
How do you keep Cole Wisniewski out of the starting lineup now? He's done everything you've asked, at a sack today. I mean, describe how do you fit him in now going forward?
Oh, we'll find ways. You see us we use everybody. It is mass chaos on the sideline, getting people in and out. We'll find ways. We'll find ways to use them. When James is back, hopefully he doesn't have to play every snap. So right there, we're going to be able to give both of them greater longevity through the year, because we can split some reps, and Cole can get back more on the special teams area, which we've kind of pulled back because of his starting role. Just a little banged up, and one of those things that we're day by day right now. All has to do with the growing.
Anybody else hurt today?
Not that I know of. I think we have maybe an ankle sprain here or there, but nothing that I was too alarmed with. Nothing that our trainers came up and visited with me.
So Courtney, after you fell down, that was just kind of a rotational thing, playing Destin and Jaden together?
Yep. Yeah, we're just rotating guys, trying to keep them fresh. You always got to do a better job staying on top of receivers like that, but part of it is we can help them out. If we're going to play man concepts, there's times we need to bring some pressure too, and speed up the operation. I thought when we did bring pressure, and right there at the beginning of the second half, we brought 2 hot pressures back to back, 2 sacks, a big turnover on the second one. Some positive things were happening, and Coach Braun did a really good job of timing those up.
Were you nervous at all when you tried to scoop that one?
Heck no, we practice that all the time. That's his job. I'd been frustrated if he didn't scoop it up. He was clean. It was time to go.
Costner, what about holding those guys down, especially in the second half when you need
Yeah, no, we knew they were going to be a good team coming out. We knew they were going to come out hard and come out fast, and we had to control the run first, and that's the motto on the D-line is stopping the run first, and then the secondary did their job, and I believe the defense really showed out today like they did last week, and there's still some things to improve on, but I'm really liking where we're at right now.
Talk about the fumble a little bit there.
Yeah.
The fumble.
Yeah, I think that was Will that came around there and got it, and I went just right play call, right place, right time, and saw the ball on the ground, and I saw the tackle there, and I knew if I didn't scoop it right away, I'd have to get on it, and I'm not sure what happened after that. Just kind of spaced out. I haven't touched the ball since my fullback days, so I just got on it, and I was pretty excited to recover that. So.
How big of a momentum shift was that? You guys already,
Oh,
after
yeah.
Jane's big punt return, you already got some, and that was.
No, it was kind of back to back there. Big momentum changes, and I believe that really helped out the offense, especially giving them good field position, and then the defense knowing we got a turnover off that.
How did you guys get so much pressure on their quarterback? He was running for his life, it seemed like.
Yeah. Good stunts, good pressures. The guys in our room were powering in the DNs with the 2 guys out. I think they stepped up, every single one of those guys. Logan McCormick, Barty, and then just those guys that stepped up. LaShaka, Tony especially, Tony Pierce. It's fun to watch him play. And those guys stepped up and competed today.
Especially with a couple of guys out. Braden was out, and obviously Spencer's out.
Yeah, it was fun watching those guys.
Well, when did you kind of find out that James wasn't going to go, and when was kind of your your understanding that you were going to play plenty in this game, and when did that kind of come across?
Probably earlier in the week. I understood that, so had a lot of time to get better. Made a lot of mistakes in practice this week, but as the week went on, kept getting better, kept learning from my mistakes. So pretty early in the week, yeah.
What did you think of your kind of first major action in a conference game? How did that sort of go from a rhythm for you?
Yeah. First thought out of the game. Coming into the game, we knew that they were going to be a very good team, solid all around. So the first takeaway is that my teammates are some dogs. That's really what it is. Like everyone around me, D-line, they're kicking butt up there. Backers by me, they're kicking butt. So I just have to do my 111th, and we're going to be all right.
Walk us through your sack.
It was me and Hank were between the running back stepped up to my side. They were in pistol. He stepped up to my side to pass pro, and I just went in and added on to the running back. Quarterback stepped up, went to get out of the pocket, and I was just right there. So.
What was your challenges with a guy like Weston out there for you guys? I mean, they have some weapons offensively, and they're able to make some big plays that way.
Yeah, he made a couple of great plays today. I give credit to the coaches and the guys behind me. They did a great job for the most part. He had a couple big plays. But other than that, they shut him down. I mean, he had 5 receptions? Yeah, so most of them were just big shots, and they missed a lot of big shots too. And that's because we have some great players back there and some great coaching to try to stop it.
I know you guys play defense, but when you see Christian Watson running down the middle of the field, I don't know if you get a chance to see it or not, if you're at your back to the field or what, but what do you think when you see Christian running like that?
I hear the fans start standing up and making some noise, and I see Christian 10 yards separation. And I know he's going to come through, and it's just fun. I'm glad he's on our team. I love watching him run, and just coming from freshman year, growing up with him, it's fun watching what he's turned into.
Cole, what would be the best way to tackle Quincy Patterson if you had to play defense against him?
I had to play defense against Quincy. Hope you got another guy with you. And go low. I don't know. I don't want to give too much information to opposing teams, but good luck. Do I want to? I mean, if Quincy was against me, of course I want to. But I'm glad he's on my team as well.
Defense better than what you thought it could be through 5 games?
Yeah, I think we're sitting pretty right now, and I think we got some things to step up on. And like I was just telling these guys earlier, the guys that stepped up in the defensive room especially, it's fun to watch them because they got their chance and they capitalized on it. It's fun to watch them pin their ears back and go after it. And the defense has some touching up to do, but I'm liking where we're at right now.
Your kind of thoughts on playing next to Eli Mostert and the football player he's becoming?
Oh, man, I love it. Me and Eli, and out there together. It seems like we're out there together all the time, and it's just fun lining up beside him because he's going to make a play or he's going to get you in a position to make a play, and it's fun seeing how far those guys have come. And we got Will used to be in the defensive tackle room, but then he moved to the defensive end room this past week with the injuries. But he's been back and forth, and it's just fun being around those two. That's the most I'll say.
I'll never complain. The more opportunities I get, I think we were just solid in our execution, and that just opened up our playbook a lot more for us, and we were able to get me the ball more. All I can say is I'm excited.
Passing game early that works so well.
Like I just said, we were just executing. When we're able to execute in both the run game and the pass game early on, it just opens the playbook up more and more for us. Coach Roll feels a lot more confident in us. We feel a lot more confident, and we just get to go out there and make plays.
5-yarder?
I can't be 100% sure, but I think it was definitely a blown coverage. The safety came down, the corner came down. He kind of gave me a free inside release, and I saw green gas. I just took it. Praying that Q would, launch it out there for me, and he did. Just ran under it, and that's all she wrote.
That carbon copy of the Towson touchdown?
Oh, what was that?
That was that the 85-yarder. That almost exactly what the Towson touchdown was. Same play.
No, it wasn't the same play, but it was a similar concept.
See, that was the jump starter against Towson. Did it feel the same way today to have that bomb to Christian?
Yeah, especially after that first drive with the fumble.
Yeah.
We kind of I was on the headset with Hetty. He's like, yeah, we gotta get this one back, and that was the first play call. And as soon as I threw it, I was just like, yeah, we needed that one.
So you can throw as much as you did today, showing it off.
I mean, like Christian said, I'll never complain with anything as long as we're winning games. But like you said, whenever we're just executing, it just kind of opens up everything, and it's fun to see that we can play. Like I can't even say we necessarily played extremely well today, and we still beat UNI by 14 points. It's kind of scary to see what this team would be like when we actually click on all cylinders.
You describe that play where 2 Northern Iowa players have you. How did you get out of that, and what happened?
Well, I didn't see him at first, and he just kind of hit me. Like, my head snapped back and everything, and I just kind of started backing up, and then they all just, fell off slowly, and I just took off to my right, and then somebody else missed, and that was kind of just got fortunate to get out of that situation. But
Christian, what does a play like that do for the offense when Quincy sheds 3 guys and ends up bulldozing 2 others, and that's your quarterback. That's not your fullback, it's your quarterback.
Yeah, I mean it's just momentum. We know that we know who Q is. We know what he can do. So if we're not clicking in the pass game, we know we got him in the run game. If we happen to not get open, we know that Q can do it back there in the pocket as well. And I mean it's exciting. Seeing him scramble and seeing him shake off 3 defenders. I mean, it's crazy seeing a tank back there at QB who can, run it and launch it. But yeah, no, it's crazy.
You caught bombs from Trey a couple years ago, and is it a similar ball that Quincy throws? Because you've got a couple from him now.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just, shows, what kind of, talent we're able to bring in here to NDSU. We obviously, Trey's, made his name for himself, and he's, going and doing, bigger, better things now. And I mean, Q is, coming and, fill those shoes and, make a name for himself as well. And, I think if we continue to, do what we need to do, continue to get better each and every week, I think, he'll definitely be able to do that.
You had a front row seat. How did you feel like Brandon Westberg did in his first start today?
So, right after the game, I kind of talked to him, and I told him that there was 0 drop off from him to Jalen, as far as communication, how fast we were snapping the ball. Because with a young center, so I remember in the spring when I was with the twos, they make so many calls because they are so unsure about everything, and Westy was just flying, and that's huge, whether Sundell is hurt or not, because anything can happen. Helmet pops off, say Westberg has to come in, but being that Sundell was hurt, it was really good to see that Westy was as comfortable as he was in his first start.
Quincy, Coach Entz said that you are maybe feeling more comfortable pulling it down and running maybe than you were early in the season. Is that accurate? Are you feeling like you're getting more comfortable in the offense? If you don't see what you want to see right away, you're just going to pull her down and take off?
Yeah, that's one of those situations where, in practice, you never really run the ball because, scout team kind of leave everything open, make you feel good about yourself. And so, whenever, we come to game situations, you kind of just want to sit in that pocket and make the same throw you did in practice. But at the end of the day, practice is practice and game is a game. And, something like today, had to step up hard one time. And, in the back of my head, I'm like, just go. And he kind of talked to me about that during the Albany game. And I feel like week by week, it was getting a little better. So.
What's it like when you see number 1 out there all alone? Are you surprised too that he's that open like he was today?
Sometimes that's scarier than him being covered. Because I know if I miss that throw, I get judged a lot more than if I miss the throw that he was covered. But like today, it was one of those where I just kind of, knowing how fast Christian is, I just kind of threw it up and was like, go get it. Be a playmaker, be you.
Yeah, how good was that throw, Christian? I mean, the catch and the run was fine, but the throw was exactly in stride.
It was perfect. I was running. It was kind of getting over my head a little bit. I was kind of, my heart started racing a little bit more. I just knew I had to make it. I've had plays in the past, where I wish I could have back. And, I just, I know I need to make those. Quincy knows, we need to make those. Like I've said it a million times. Me and Quincy, try to make it an emphasis on, connecting on those deep balls. With the QB with the strong arm and deep threat like me. That's something that needs to be routine. And at that point it was like routes on air. So just go catch it.
How big was the punt return to start the third quarter, and then the fumble right away too? You guys had short fields on your first 2 possessions in the second half. Punched them in.
Yeah, I don't think we didn't score after that one, but that was huge. That definitely got me fired up. Probably more fired up than I should have been, but I was back there screaming. But it's cool to see that. We really got about 6 punt returners that can do that too, and it's kind of like what the offense is just scary that we have that much talent and people we just got a lot to come, and I'm excited for it.
Not a ton of big explosive plays from the running backs, but you had to feel like those body blows were important.
Yeah, those will come. Dom knows that. because Dom is one person that like really gets on himself, but today he was a little more calm about it because he knows that those plays that come. Kobe, Bussy, T-Mag, like all those running backs, they all know that every run isn't going to be a 10-yard run. You just got to eat up yardage and be physical, and that's what they do, and that's what they have done.
2 big wins over 2 ranked teams back to back. You feel pretty good where you're at going to the last 5-6 games of the season.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially being that they're in the Valley, and those are important games whether they're ranked or not. Valley games always hit different. We can play an unranked opponent, and they can come out ready to play, and we can come out not ready to play, and we can lose that game. But it's always big to win those games, and I'm just happy that we're doing it in the fashion that we are. So.